Good morning, dear students. I'm hopeful that you all are fine. Today we will do page number 5 and 6 of the textbook. Take out your science textbooks and write date and day on these two pages. Today we will learn what plants and animals' characteristics are inherited. First of all, let's discuss the big question for today that we have to answer. What plant and animal characteristics are inherited? Let me show you pictures of some animals along with their babies. Here you can see it's a cat and a kitten. You can find some similarities and some differences between the cat and the kitten. Here is a dog and its puppy. The puppy is similar to the dog, but it's different as well. The hen and the chicks. They are also similar and different at the same time. A kangaroo and its baby is shown here. You can see the baby kangaroo is similar to its parent in so many ways, but in some ways it's looking different also. For example, in size. Before starting the reading, we will discuss the keywords for today. We will be discussing 4 keywords today, and you can find the definitions of these keywords on page number 112 of your textbook. Characteristics. Characteristics are the traits or qualities an organism has. Whatever quality any organism has, it's called its characteristic. Offspring. Offspring are the youngs or the babies of an animal or a plant. For example, a puppy is the offspring of a dog and a joey is the offspring of a kangaroo. Heredity. The passing of traits or the qualities from parents to their offspring is called heredity. Inherit. Inherit means to receive characteristics or traits from the parents. Whenever any organism or any living thing receive any trait, quality or characteristics from its parents, it's called inherited trait. Here in today's topic we will discuss an example of the pea plants. In middle of 19th century there was a scientist whose name was Gregor Mendel, and he was a monk by the profession. One day he was working in his garden, and during that he noticed that all of the pea plants were not exactly same. They were different in different ways. They were having different characteristics. Let's discuss the differences that Gregor Mendel noticed in the pea plants. First of all, he noticed that there is a difference of height in the plants. Some plants were tall while others were short. Secondly, he noticed that the color of the flowers was also different. Some of the flowers were purple while others were white. Some pea pods were green and some were yellow in color. And he also noticed that some of the peas were wrinkled while the others were smooth. After noticing that, he also noticed that the pea plants have the same characteristics as the parent plant has. It means these characteristics were passed from the parents to the baby plants. So he concluded that the characteristics are inherited from the parents. If the parent is having the purple flower, the baby plant will also have. Similarly, if the parent plant is having the green pod, the baby plant will also have the green pod. But on the other hand, he noticed another thing. He noticed that all of the offsprings or the baby plants were not exactly same like their parents. So he's noticed that the baby plants may have some different characteristics than their parent plant or the other plant with the same parents. After noticing that, Mendel asked himself why. When a scientist asks himself why, it means he needs the answer. And the answer of this question was explained by different scientists after many years when they study in heredity in different plants and animals, and they concluded that the characteristics are passed from the parents to the offspring. It means a parent can give traits to its youngs. As we discussed in our first lesson that there are two types of living things, plants and animals. So if we say that living things has inherited characteristics, it means that all the plants and animals both has the inherited characteristics. It means the traits, the qualities or the characteristics are passed from the parents to the offspring in plants and animal both. First of all, let's discuss about the plants. Plants have some inherited characteristics, but they can adapt some qualities also. They are not exactly same like their parents, but mostly they are like their parents. For example, a prickly pear cactus. It has sharp spines on its stem, and these spines help them to get protection from the enemies. The stem of the prickly pear cactus is not like the other plants, and their stem looks like the paddle shaped leaves. It means the stem looks more like the leaves than a stem, and a waxy coating covers all of the stem to protect the plant from desiccation. It means it can hold the moisture or the water contents of the plants inside the stem. Prickly pear cactus can store a lot of water inside its stem during the hot, dry weather. When no water is available, the plant uses that water which is stored inside the stem. And it is the waxy coating that protects the plant from losing too much water during the hot, dry season in the desert. You can see in your book, there are two types of spines a prickly pear cactus has. Some spines are short and some are long. You can see in your textbook they have two types of spines, and this quality is the inherited quality. The parent plants also had two types of spines, and now the baby plant will also have two types of spines. Some will be short and some will be long. Similarly, the waxy coating is also an inherited quality or trait, and it can pass from one generation to another generation or from parents to the offspring. Now we will discuss an example from the animals. Animals also have inherited characteristics. Here we will be discussing the example of the zebras. Zebras look like horses, but they are not horses at all. Zebras has black and white stripes on their body. The whole body is covered with the black and white stripes that make them very unique to look. And you can see a zebra, they have the short manes on their neck. Means there are short hair that are erected on their neck, and this quality is also inherited quality. It means zebras have two inherited qualities. First, they have black and white stripes, and secondly, they have short manes that stand up on their necks, and they make them different from the horses. There is a very interesting information about the zebras, that all the zebras have different coat pattern. It means they may look similar to each other, but actually they will be different. No two zebras can have the same coat pattern. They will be different in some way or another. And it is just like the human fingerprinting. Okay, let's discuss question number 1. Here you can see it's a peacock, and it is showing its tail. What do you think? Why do peacocks have showy tails? Mostly peacocks have showy tails to attract the mates, mean their partners. Question number 2. You have to read the whole passage given here, and you have to underline different characteristics of Mendel's pea plant. The characteristics that Mendel noticed in the pea plants during his observation. Question number 3. What characteristics do most pea plants have? It's a very easy question. Mostly all the pea plants have stem, leaves, flowers, pods, and peas. But they are different in the color of flower, or in the color of pods, or in the height, or we can say some of them have wrinkled seeds and some has the smooth seeds. Question number 4. You have to read the whole passage and you have to write the characteristic that helps the prickly pear cactus survive in the dry environment. Here in this line you have to write that characteristic that help the cactus to survive in the dry desert. What do you think? Is it the spines that help them to survive in the dry desert, or is it the waxy coating that locks the moisture of the plant and help them to survive in hot dry summer? Question number 5. You have to compare the zebras and the horses. You have to write 2 ways they are same and 2 ways they are different. So you have to write 2 similarities and 2 differences between the zebras and the horses. Here is a think question for you. You have to answer by using your intelligence. How is a zebra's pattern like a fingerprint? I already told you that human fingerprinting is very unique. No 2 humans have the same fingerprints. Similarly, no 2 zebras has the same coat pattern. So every zebra has a different coat pattern, like a human being has a different fingerprint from the other human being. Here I am going to ask 2 questions. You have to answer them orally. First of all, you have to name some characteristics that a human baby can inherit from his or her parents. In question number 2, you have to tell how does a prickly pear cactus get protection from the enemies? What structures they have to get protection from the enemies? It's very easy. That was all for today. Thank you.